Last video of the night, I've triggered some of y'all. I've made some of y'all upset. I've gotten some of y'all in y'all feelings. Some of y'all have unsubscribed because I didn't kiss the ring and suffer from the delusional syndrome that is the Raven Johnson delusion syndrome. But hey, I still love all y'all. And we're going to do this preview for this national championship game. It is 11:48 p.m. right now. I'm doing this for y'all because the game is at 3:30 and I'm not going to have time tomorrow to do a preview video that anyone's going to watch. So we're going to do this video right now, get it up so y'all can give me y'all opinions and let me know who you think is going to win this game and the keys to the game and all that good stuff. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hype the video up, man. We will be live at 3:30. I cannot believe I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite the bullet for y'all, and I'm going to do it live. And I hope people come on board. Because if there's not a big audience by halftime, I'm probably going to turn that shit off. I'm not even going to bullshit you. So if you want to see a live stream of the game, live watch party, I will do it. But if there's not a decent crowd at by halftime, I will turn that shit off because I'm not gonna sit there for 2.5 hours talking to myself on Easter Sunday. Just keeping it real, keeping it real. Now, let's jump into this game. Let's jump into this game. We have the two. We have two top seeds. Number one seed South Carolina. Number one seed UCLA. Really, the number two and the number four for the top seeds. South Carolina ended that 54 game winning streak of UConn, and then UCLA and Texas played in one of the ugliest basketball games I've probably ever seen in my lifetime. But they got the job done and won 51-44 over Texas, saving us from a potential fourth SEC matchup between Texas and South Carolina. South Carolina had already lost twice to Texas, including getting whipped in the SEC championship. But you know how that goes, man. Doesn't mean much because this is the game that matters. And Texas did not get the job done. UCLA did, and UCLA is here. UCLA has not lost a game since they lost to Texas way back when. I think they got 30 straight wins now. And they are entering this game as an underdog, no less, despite having I think a 30 game winning streak and just beating a team that heck South Carolina lost to by 17 less maybe what a month ago. So they are I think it's a 2.5 point favorite. What's the number right now? The number right now, the game is at 3:30. It is on ABC and ESPN. South Carolina is a 1.5 point favorite. The over/under is 133.5. The spread started at 1.5. Actually, it's now 3.5. Actually, South Carolina is a 3.5 point favorite, and they are 52.5% on the matchup predictor on ESPN. They're 36-3. UCLA is 36-1. And this is going to be a game that I think will be a lot better than the two games that we saw on Friday. I'll be real. I think this is going to be a much better game. Pray to God it's a better game because if it looks like what we just watched on Friday, it's going to be a bad weekend for women's college basketball. I mean, you want to see your best play their best, and I don't think anyone on earth thinks that what we saw on Friday was any of these teams playing their best or even remotely close to their best. You know, if you're going to sit here and say that South Carolina had some epic defensive performance, well, then UCLA had a better one because they held Madison Booker to 3 of 23. And I don't think that was UCLA. Just like I don't think 7 of 31 for UConn from AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong was South Carolina. It's a make-miss sport. And a lot of times you miss shots that you should make. And in the case of UCLA and Texas, they held Texas to 20, 22, 20, 31% shooting, 22% from three. They held Madison Booker to 3 of 23. I mean, you tell me. So if you think South Carolina played a great defensive game, then you also think UCLA played a great defensive game. You have to. Otherwise, you look like a hypocrite. That said, these are two of the top teams in the country. Both of them score in the mid 80s. Both of them hold opponents under 60. They both have very, very good defenses and offenses that a lot of times are spurred by their defense. UCLA has a player that I don't think South Carolina can account for. So for South Carolina to win, I do believe that they're going to have to find other ways to win because it will not be from stopping Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is going to face Medina Okot, and this is going to force Medina Okot to be the best version of herself that she's ever been. And then the question comes, can Lauren Betts get Medina Okot in foul trouble early on? And I do think UCLA is going to make a point to dump the ball in the paint a lot and attack Medina Okot with Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts has exceptional touch around the rim. She has good post moves. At times, I think she's a little bit too slow with her moves, but she has a clear advantage over Medina Okot. And I don't think that we're going to see a lot of I don't think we're going to see South Carolina out rebound UCLA the way they out rebounded UConn. UCLA is a much bigger team than UCLA is a much bigger team than UConn. And Lauren Betts is going to play most of this game. I mean, if she doesn't get into foul trouble, I think I think she plays at least 37, 38 minutes. Angela Dugalich off the bench is 6'4" also. She's not small. Her sister Sienna Betts is 6'4" off the bench. But Dugalich will play a lot. And the guard play for UCLA is going to be absolutely critical. I have yet to see Kiki Rice have what I would call an elite game. I don't expect UCLA to play more than 7 people. They'll play Dugalich off the bench. They'll play Betts off the bench, and nobody else is going to play. Unless there's foul trouble, no one else is going to play. They're going to play 7. Betts, Rice, Gabriella Hawkins, Gianna Nipkins, Angela Dugalich, Charlize Ledger-Walker, and Sienna Betts. Those will be the 7 players that play. And a majority of it will be Dugalich off the bench, and Betts might get a handful of minutes, but I don't expect her to get a whole lot. Not in this game. I'm still waiting to see a Kiki Rice breakout. And when I say a Kiki Rice breakout, I mean 20, and shoot the ball well. I've never seen her play well, and I've watched them play a lot. Usually I watch them play the good teams. I don't watch them play the bums that they beat by 50. I watch them play the good teams. And I have not seen her have a breakout game where I thought she dominated a game at all. Heck, I've seen it from Gabriella Hawkins. I've never seen it from Kiki Rice. They need to shoot the ball well from the perimeter in this game. Unlike UConn, who couldn't shoot the ball for most of the game, they need to shoot the ball well from the perimeter. That is the only way they will keep triple teams off of Lauren Betts, because you can bet your ass that she's going to get doubled and tripled every time she catches the ball in the post. They're going to crash on her quickly, and she's going to kick it out, and they're going to have to hit some shots. If UCLA does not hit shots from the perimeter, they're going to lose the game. And I'm not sitting here saying they got to hit 10 threes. No. 6. Give me 6. If they hit 6 threes, they will open it up for Lauren Betts. This is a team this year that averaged shot 37.5% three. They averaged 6.5 threes a game. Just be at your average. If you're at your average from three, then I think UCLA gets the job done. If they're not, if they shoot horrendously from the 3-point line, then you could see something like you saw against UConn on Friday, because they will crash on Lauren Betts the entire game. I would see no other way. Do I think they can stop Lauren Betts? No. I think Lauren Betts is going to have a big day. I think Lauren Betts is still going to go for 25 and 12. I think they're going to dump it into her a ton, but it won't matter if you can't get anything from anybody else. I mean, she had 26 and 13 last year against UConn in the Final Four, and they lost by 34 points. So, anything. So you need to have production from Rice, Jaquez, Nipkins, and Charlize Ledger-Walker cannot look the way she looked against Texas. That was atrocious. And if I'm Dawn Staley, I am looking at that matchup, and I'm looking at that matchup as a matchup that I can absolutely exploit. And make it real tough for her to even dribble the ball up the floor. I expect, these are my opinions. I expect, and this is what I would do. I would be pressing them full court. If there's one thing that Dawn Staley could take from that Texas game and what she saw was, I would run 5 players up front and press their ass and not put anyone on the ball and do exactly what Texas did, which forced UCLA to call multiple timeouts on out of bounds from end court after made baskets, no less. You should never have to call a timeout after a made basket. It should be easy to get the ball in bounds just by having movement. But when you get the ball slowly and you wait and you allow them to set up, well, now you've created a problem. If there's one thing that Corey Close should be working on with her team today, or if she wasn't working on it with her on Saturday, is end court out of bounds plays. I mean, you better have something, because if you have to burn all those timeouts again, it's going to be a big problem for you. That's just my opinion. Now, from a South Carolina perspective, they didn't shoot the ball well either. They shot 38% against UConn. Funny thing is, UCLA only scored 51 points. They shot 41%. South Carolina shot 38% against UConn. They got to the free throw line a bunch. They won the rebounding battle big. The rebounding battle is always a big thing for South Carolina, and it will be a big thing in this game. If they win the rebounding battle by more than 7, that's really big for them. Joyce Edwards is a very tough cover down low. I expect to see a lot of Angela Dugalich early in the game, because you're not going to put Lauren Betts on Joyce Edwards. You're going to put her on Medina Okot. And heck, you might see Angela Dugalich start. Completely transparently, it's going to be a very hard time for Ledger-Walker, Nipkins, Jaquez, or Rice to guard Joyce Edwards. I expect Dugalich to start. If she doesn't start, I'd be surprised. I think they bring Ledger-Walker off the bench. That's my expectation. Gabriela Jaquez cannot handle Joyce Edwards in the post. If they run that matchup in man coverage, Joyce Edwards will have 30. She will annihilate any one of those guards in the post. So either you're playing zone, or you got Dugalich starting this game, because I cannot see any situation in which Joyce Edwards is in the game and Dugalich or Sienna Betts is not in the game if Lauren Betts is out there and Medina Okot is out there. You have to have another 6'4" player out there. Otherwise, it's going to create massive mismatches. So from an athlete perspective, I think South Carolina is the more athletic team, just like I thought Texas would be the more athletic team than UCLA. And they are. They both are. But this is like kind of that athlete versus, I don't want to say basketball player, but it kind of is that type of scenario. It's rough and rugged, tough, physical. versus more of a finesse, technical type of game. It's just what it is. It might be an unfair, thing to say, but it's what it is. From a perspective of USC, Tonight Latson had a big game against UConn. She had a big game against Oklahoma. Um, and I think they're going to need a big game out of her tomorrow afternoon. Her coming out with aggression, her coming out with a relentless attack is going to be really important for South Carolina. They can't afford to have Taniya Latson become invisible like she was versus TCU. She cannot be standing in the corner and become a forgotten player. Now, at the same time, Agat Makir has come off the bench the last 2 games for South Carolina and been absolutely sensational. You got to give her a lot of credit. She's a freshman, and she has had 2 of the biggest games of her life in the last 2 games. And if she has a big game tomorrow or today, because it's after midnight, if she has a big game today, she could very well be named the most outstanding player of the Final Four if South Carolina wins. And that would be pretty incredible considering that Dawn Staley doesn't typically play freshmen. Not like this. Not in these situations. I mean, Agat Makir was in the game in the final 5-6 minutes of that game yesterday. On Friday against UConn. She was, and I mean, her and Latson, but her in the first half, she was the most important player on the court for South Carolina. Now, Joyce Edwards, again, she only had 11 against UConn. She needs to do more in this game. Like I said, I think this will be a higher scoring game. I don't think it's going to be played in the 50s. I think you probably get this game into the 70s. It won't be a awful. God, please let it not be a game like that. I don't know that we can all take another game like that. But Raven Johnson, I did my hit piece on Raven Johnson. Some of y'all don't like it. I don't care. I challenge Raven Johnson to be great. You talk a lot. You voice a lot of things. Now show up in the biggest game of your life. This is the biggest game of your life. It's the last game of your life at South Carolina. Show up. Because I don't care if you win or lose. If you come back with another 2, 3, 4, 5 point game and 2 assists and 4 turnovers, I don't want to hear anyone tell me that she's a winner. Because in the biggest games of her life, in her senior year, she was invisible. So show up in the biggest game of your life. Don't be the reason that your team loses. Because I can tell you this, if she goes for 2 points and 1 assist again and 4 turnovers, South Carolina's going to lose. They're not going to get away with that twice in a row. They're not going to get away with that twice in a row. So there's not any particular player for South Carolina key on defensively on UCLA besides Lauren Betts. The rest of those players, again, I'm waiting to see one of those Kiki Rice games. I haven't seen it. Interested to see how Medina Okot stands up against Lauren Betts. I doubt she's ever played someone of Lauren Betts' size and skill. So that's going to be a major challenge for her. And staying out of foul trouble is going to be critical because if Lauren Betts can get her in early foul trouble, the entire thing shifts over. Because Dawn Staley did not play Alicia Turner-Bays or Turner-Bay, whatever her name is, in the Final Four. She didn't play her, and she does not want to play her against Lauren Betts because Lauren Betts will absolutely cook her. She gave Miriam Dowda 3 minutes, and that girl's 6'4", and she did nothing. So I expect that their bench will probably be similar to UCLA's. They'll play 2 off the bench. Maybe they'll go to the third, and Dowda gets 3 minutes again. But I think Medina Okot's going to play a lot more tomorrow. Today, I keep saying tomorrow. It's already after midnight. Today, and her role in this game, I don't even think she has to score. She just has to make it hard for Lauren Betts to score. Like, this is the one game where Okot just grab rebounds and play defense. Play defense. So these are 2 excellent teams. They're 2 excellent teams that are going to have a battle. Both of them had their seasons end in the Final Four last year. Both of them are here in the national championship. South Carolina has been here a lot in the last few years. The whole experience thing in the national championship, I don't pay much credence to it. You got two players that played in that game against Iowa a couple years ago. Tessa Johnson probably had the best game of her career in that game against Iowa. She had the best game of her career. She had 19 points. Best game of her career. I don't even know if she's had a 19-point game this season. This season, Tessa Johnson has got 2 games. 3 games of more than 19 points. So yeah, I would call that the best game of her life. Can she replicate it against UCLA? That's a question. But I don't really pay a lot of mind to the experience of having played in this game before. It's not like the entire team. You got a lot of newbies on here, and when it comes down to it, it's going to be decided on the court. It's going to be decided on the court. I think there's a distinct coaching advantage on the side of Dawn Staley over Corey Close. I don't know what Corey Close is doing most of the time. I don't understand it. I don't know why they run so much pick and roll and have Lauren Betts 25 feet from the basket to start every possession. I wish they would just get her ass on the block and run a back screen for her, get her on the block, get her the ball, and let her go to work. And I know probably a lot of people, most people probably picking South Carolina to win because of the experience and because of the Dawn Staley factor and stuff like that. But skill for skill, Kiki Rice is a more skilled player than Raven Johnson. You don't have to like it. Tania Latson's a more skilled player than Charlize Ledger-Walker. Gabriella Jaquez is a more skilled player than Tessa Johnson. Gianna Nipkins is a very skilled guard, but I just don't see her playing guard. I don't see her guarding Edwards. So like I said, I think Ledger-Walker's gonna come off the bench. If she doesn't, they better be in a zone. But if you go position by position, Kiki Rice and Raven Johnson, give me Kiki Rice. You want me to Tania Latson and who is it? And Nipkins. That's a matchup right there. That's a matchup. Nipkins is a shooter. You give me Jaquez against Tessa Johnson. I like Jaquez. You give me Joyce Edwards versus Dugalich. I like Joyce Edwards. You give me Lauren Betts on the individual matchups. I think realistically, UCLA has the advantage in individual matchups, but it's not an individual matchup game. It's a team game and how you play together. So I hope it's a good game. I pray it's a good game. I hope it's a well-played game. I have no problem with defense. I like comparing it to a football game. I've seen plenty of 10-7 football games. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are excellent games. I hope that whether it's a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game, that it's played well. That to me is the most important thing. That it's a well-played game and that we can actually enjoy it. Because, yeah, whoever wins, they're going to enjoy it no matter what. But realistically, I'm cheering for UCLA. I'm telling you off the rip, I'm cheering for UCLA. If UCLA doesn't win, am I going to lose 1 ounce of sleep? Absolutely not. I don't gamble on this shit. I don't really care enough. I hope UCLA wins. But if they don't, so be it. I know the South Carolina fans will be on here. Oh, you don't know. Come, bring it. Bring it all. Bring it all. I will tell you this. I like UCLA to win this game. I like Lauren Betts to be the MVP. I like her to go out a champion. And I think she's going to dominate this game. And I think they're going to get one guard that performs at a high level. I don't know which guard. I'd probably be hedging my bet on Gabriella Jaquez because I don't trust Kiki Rice at all. But if I'm going to hedge my bet on which guard shows up big, I think it's Gabriela Jaquez because I think she's fearless. So I like UCLA 72-65. 72-65 over South Carolina. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We will be live at 3:30, so jump on board. We appreciate you. We thank you. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.